Alright, we are back with Death Stranding. Log back in, all that jazz. And actually, it just occurred to me that I need to change my settings. Not the actual... I just need to change the brightness settings, but I have to wait until after I leave here. So I don't think there's much else I need to do in here. I did most of the stuff when I was last playing.
You okay?
No. Oh, looks happy. That's good. And we should probably top up on some stamina. So just drink some monster energy. Oh, there. I'm getting a bunch of stuff liked by people since last time I logged in. Alright, time to leave the private room, and then I'll be able to go into my settings and up the brightness. I made it a little too dark when I first played, so...
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID.
Okay, so we get to take on a new order at the distribution
All
center.
weapons will remain locked until...
First, I should go and quickly... Screen brightness. Yeah, I don't want it to be that dark. I'm just putting it back to where it used to be.
Departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Alright. Now, if I take a look at the map, I've now been able to locate this guy, the Ludens Fan. So that means I should be able to find some lost cargo, but I am going to be going back that way later on, so I'll worry about it later. Take on orders. So first they want me to power supply unit delivery to the wind farm.
Now, you've done a fine job expanding the chiral network. But to make the most of it, we'll need to generate more power. We'll have to make a few hops before we can link up the closest city too. Once this wind farm is part of the chiral network, we'll be able to route the energy it generates through the beach. Unlike traditional transmission methods, nothing is lost. We can provide power to distant regions and utilize facilities there as electrical substations. You're to deliver a key component. Should be finished printing. Take it to the wind farm and get us in business.
The goddamn wind farm. Also, we have an order to construct a bridge.
Hey, Sam, mind doing me a favor? There's a bridge that needs building. Over a river, just outside that distro center. It's too deep to ford, and we'd like a long-term solution. The foundation's already been laid, and everything required to finish the job should be in storage. All you need to do is carry the remaining materials to the construction area, and use them to complete the bridge. If it turns out there isn't enough there for our needs after all, you'll have to come up with the rest on your own. I know you've got a lot on your plate right now, but remember, this bridge will make your life easier too.
Okay, I just muted my mic while I was eating some chips. Oh, and what's in my private locker? An EX grenade number 0. I'll take one of those. At least some of these items are going to be off my back shortly when I make the bridge. Hey, by the bonfire. Thanks for stopping by. I know that you're in a completely different time zone than I am, but we'll see how it works out.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
I would have started my live stream at noon, but...
Okay, Sam. Make your way to the designated construction area for the bridge. The foundation should already be in place. With your help, we'll have the thing finished in no time. There should be a terminal nearby. Access it to submit additional materials.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
I know for some people, late night isn't a big deal. Some people naturally are night owls.
Sam, looks like you found the site.
Yep.
There should be a terminal nearby. Access it to submit additional...
Already on it. Here we go. Ta-da! Awesome! Whoa, my bridge link went up really high. Probably from all the likes I was getting.
Bravo, Sam. That bridge should make life easier for a lot of people. You can be sure that every traveler and porter who passes that way will put it to good use. Keep an eye out for other spots that could do with another well-placed bridge.
Alright, the next destination is gonna be all the way over here. To the wind farm. Not a fun place to be. Definitely want to grab a bunch of chiral crystals. I'll also grab this lost cargo. Oh, there. I got an email from Benjamin Hancock. So let's read it. Let's get out of the way. Quality first. How's BB doing, Sam? I hope you've managed to avoid autotoxemia altogether. By the way, I've been wondering, how are your porter grades these days? Getting better and better, I imagine. Or maybe you don't really care about that stuff. Well, in case you do, I thought I might give you a quick primer, since I know it can be confusing. Bridges has developed a unique system to evaluate porter performance, and it focuses on 5 categories: cargo condition, delivery volume, speed, bridge link, and miscellaneous. Obviously, the aim of the game is to get high grades in all 5 categories. If you ask me though, you should prioritize cargo condition. I mean, what's the point of lugging something halfway across the continent if it's smashed to bits in the process? Sure, some people aren't all that bothered. Some will even let you get away with up to 50% damage or so, but come on. Imagine if you ordered a dozen thingamajigs and half of them were delivered broken. No, it's definitely better to put condition first. Treat your cargo with care and respect, and you'll be rewarded with way more likes. Trust me. That was my motto back when I was a porter. It wasn't always easy, as you can imagine. Sometimes things got dicey, but I learned to hang in there and deliver my cargo in one piece. You do well to bear that in mind, Sam. After all, you've got the potential to be way better porter than I ever was. Will do, Ben. Will do. Pick up some more cryptobiotes for the road. This next area is really dicey.
There we go.
Look, people have already put up some climbing anchors. Whoa. Careful, Sam. Watch where you're going. Gotta remember that he trips a lot easier early in the game. Yeah, let's use this rope. By Siren Black 94. Look at that, didn't even use any of my endurance. Alright, let's go pick this up. Some sandalweed in case our boots get destroyed all to hell. Yeah, I'm not picking up any of this lost cargo since it's... I would have to take it behind me. I'll grab it on the way back. Oh, you own it but you haven't played it yet. It's fun. You have to be in the right mind space to want to play it. Because, you know, it's nice and slow for the most part. But luckily the main story knows when to spice it up with some combat and boss fights and stuff. But the name of the game is Delivering Packages. Now it's getting really windy.
Keep on keeping on.
Oh look, somebody put up a sign about a memory chip. And yep, there's one right there. Good on you. So let's go pick that up. And then we'll give their sign a lot of likes so other people know that you can trust it.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, it's getting very windy. I'm having to hold down L2 and R2 to keep my balance. Now we are outside of the chiral network, so we're on our own here. Ooh, easy, Sam. Don't go barreling down the cliff. By the way, do I need to turn my mic up at all? The volume? I'm always paranoid about how loud I actually need to have it. Okay, good. So when I was watching back the recordings of the Sekiro live stream I did last night, I did find that my mic was too quiet and the game volume was really loud. Like you couldn't even hear me when I was in the middle of a fight. Alright, we're getting into some BT territory. You see that? Normally there would be a little cutscene right there of the Ultra deck coming out, but there was a recent patch that made it so that you can make it so that the cutscene only happens during your very first encounter with the BTs. And then, yeah, there, just saw it in action. The cutscene did not pop up at all. That's very nice. Don't want to be detected.
Keep it cool.
Oh, jeez. Whoa. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's a big boy. I saw that BT that was like really beefy. I've only been used to seeing the really beefy ones much later in the game. Not this early. Alright, we should be A-okay in just a moment. Hey, made it.
Breathe easy, Sam. You're clear of BG territory.
Oh, Dark Souls 3 can drown out the mic.
The fall of America, everything. It warped the world beyond recognition. Humanity had to scramble like rats fleeing a sinking ship. But there's nowhere else to go. There's no future living like this. If we're to survive, we need to find another way. A way to overcome the BTs, the Death Stranding, the whole damn mess.
Alright, before I continue, I'm going to pick this up. Yay! Now I think I have 3 memory chips that I can unlock. Alright, let's get the wind farm onto the network. Also, I'm pretty happy that I was finally able to figure out exactly what to do to make my recordings and streams be a better quality.
Delivering cargo.
Thank you. With this unit, we should be able to power the distro center via the chiral network. Other places too, if it works. Here's hoping the UCA can put our electricity to good use. Mind if I have a look? Incredible. How'd you get this here? You fly?
I wish. %0 damage. Ah, yeah. Saw some.
All we need now is a connection to the chiral network. Go for it.
On it.
Network bandwidth is a limited resource, and every structure you build consumes it. However, as you increase your connection level, the bandwidth available to you will increase as well.
Building structures take up chiral bandwidth. Chiral bandwidth can be increased by raising your connection level with clients in each area. New strand established. Wind farm has joined the UCA. New interview data acquired. Humanity's biggest problem? Logistics. Chiral contamination 1. The discovery beaches and the concept of death. The wind farm has shared data as a result of joining the UCA. You can now use the PCC to build generators. Awesome. Now we've had some new features added to my cufflinks and to delivery terminals. So that's good.
About time we did our part. Thanks again. You know, I heard the rest of your team was wiped out. Makes what you're doing all the more incredible. You're a one-man expedition. I hope Amelie's doing as well as you. Wonder if she made it to Edgenot City yet. It was her that put us in charge of the wind farm. I was with the group bringing up the rear while Amelie led the way. I've never met her in person, but it was an honor to travel with her all the same. When you see her, feel free to tell her I said so, huh?
Sam, got a moment? I ran an experiment with your blood. It seems you were onto something. After dispersing an aerosolized sample of your blood in BT territory, we observed reduced activity. While this is hardly definitive as we have no other repatriates to whom we can turn for additional testing, it does suggest that the bodily fluids of repatriates are repellent to BTs. Mama had the idea of developing a weapon to test this theory. The prototype should be ready soon, and when it is, we'd like you to test it.
Sam, this is the perfect opportunity. We've almost got the whole region on the chiral network. All that's left is Port Knot City. Return to Capital Knot City so you can pick up relief supplies for Port Knot. By the time you arrive, we can give you the completed prototype in person. One other thing. It's not very often porters get out to that wind farm. While you're there, you should pick up any outstanding orders. No sense coming all the way back here empty-handed if there's work to be done. Have a look at that delivery terminal.
Alright, will do.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
So we're going to have a lot of reading material to catch up on. So let's take care of these 3 memory chips.
Well, thanks. You did me a real favor there.
Oh, this will be right at home in my collection.
I am a dog. You have my heartfelt gratitude.
Memory chip data restored. 7 Samurai, God of War original video game soundtrack, and Frame Arms Girls Byakko.
Thank you for your contribution.
So, more stuff to read up about. First, let me take a look if anyone has anything in here. Lost cargo. That's to the distribution center. I can definitely pick that up. Okay, cool. These are all for... Whoa, they're kind of big, but... I'll grab those for now. Hopefully I won't regret it.
Congrats, Sam. You're cleared to take on open orders. While they're not as high priority as the ones specifically assigned to you, if you're already heading a certain way and you have room to spare, it couldn't hurt to do a little more, right? Just because they're not mission critical doesn't mean they're not important to someone. So why not do a good deed or two?
I am not going to be able to carry all that. So I should probably... I'm going to see if I can recycle anything.
By handing over excess materials to a facility, you can increase the amount stored on site. Now, these materials can then be used later for equipment fabrication and so forth. Just remember that each facility has separate stores and that the amount on hand differs from site to site. Don't get carried away.
I don't think there's anything I actually need to recycle, unless if I want to recycle some crystals. Yeah, I think that grabbing some of that oh man, this alright, I'm gonna have to just deliver some of the heavier lost cargo. So let's see, 12 kilograms, 17 kilograms. Oh, I'm definitely gonna go ahead and so I'm going to don't entrust those, but entrust this one. Sorry, I can't take your lost cargo all the way back in addition to the story specific cargo I have to take. Okay, now I should be able to take this with me. Oh yeah, I definitely can.
Hey, great work. That wind farm you've brought into the network is essential for our continued expansion. By way of reward, I've added a little something to your PCC. A generator option. Generators recharge the batteries of all nearby devices. That includes machines, bikes, and other battery-powered vehicles.
Alright, and I don't need any more PCCs, so... because I already have 2 on me. I don't need to make any. Alright. Time to go back out.
Order assigned.
Let's put on some glasses.
See you soon, I hope.
Keep on keeping on.
Yeah, I'm unsure if I'll grab any more cargo on my way back. It would just seem like a bad idea. Look, there's no rain, so no BTs on the way back. That's nice. Because that's one of the things that makes this specific trip to and from the wind farm really frustrating. Look, somebody built a bridge. Very interesting playing this new file after the game has already been out for several months. Because I started playing the game back when it first came out. I bought it day 1. So, quite different.
Today's a good day.
Ooh, some Ludens Fan lost cargo. I should grab that at least. Because I need to get that guy on the network. And I can only do that if I first drop off some lost cargo. Strong wind will make movement trickier and will also deplete stamina more quickly. That. There's a series of ladders up here. How nice. Alright, I still gotta hold on. Ooh. Oh! Easy there. Oh! A little too slippery, huh? Well, let's make another ladder. Probably because the wind is going crazy. Alright, I have one more ladder. Let's just make a whole network of ladders. Alright. Now it's all downhill from here. Literally. Slow down! That's a nice sign for this area. Yep. Oh, wind. Gonna interrupt this musical segment. There we go. Oh, welcome back, Bonfire. I'll just call you Bonfire for short. Somebody used my zipline, but I don't have ziplines on this character unless if... or maybe the structures that I made on my previous playthrough still exist because I am the same player. Ziplines are a late game thing. And they're so good. Okay. I was gonna grab all this lost cargo on the way back, but I'm a little loaded up at the moment. Of course, any Death Stranding live streams I do, the videos will end up being muted because most of the copyrighted music that's in them, but yet another reason why I'm also recording my live streams and posting them to YouTube. Because I don't care about monetization. I have a job, this is just a hobby, so... Any copyright claims I've already gotten on videos I've put to YouTube
There we go.
just meant that I couldn't make money off of them. Like my Man of Medan video being claimed by Bandai Namco, people who had were involved in the game. That makes perfect sense.
Hey, Sam. You could probably get that bike running again if you charged it with a generator.
Oh, I will.
I'll give it a try.
I will. Yeah, at least there are some YouTubers out there who, even though playing video games and such is basically the way that they make money, at least there's plenty of them out there who genuinely enjoy what they do.
Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked
Ah,
until the
your
front
sign is new.
Cargo
I'll
verified.
give you some likes. I'm trying to be a bit more engaged in the social
Decontaminating suit. All clear.
community in this
Welcome,
playthrough.
Sand Porter Bridges.
Like giving likes to things more often. Okay. Let's drop these off.
You brought this from the wind farm? I can't imagine what a chore that must have been. Thank you. Wow. Don't do things by halves, do you? Hard to believe one man could bring in a hole this big. Then again, you are a legend.
Why, thank you. I know I'm a legend. And it's awesome! Bridges have provided the following sound data. The sound data can be listened to in your private room. To use it for a structure, gain access to a level 2 or higher structure and select Customize Structure. Alright. Provided following new hologram data of Benjamin Hancock himself. Oh, I got even more interviews. Chiral Contamination 2 and BTs are reaching out to us.
I don't know anyone who's done more to bring people together and get them back on their feet. It's hard to believe you're just one guy. Can't help wondering if the Great Deliverer isn't actually a small army. Because it sure seems like whenever someone's in trouble, you're there to lend a hand. It's enough to make me think you just might make it all the way to the coast. Good luck out there. I'll be rooting for you.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Let's see. I'm going to take this moment to read up on some stuff, some new emails and all that we received. So we got an email from Nick Easton from Capital Knot City. Still alive, new guy? How are you doing out there? For a newbie, you're quite the workhorse, huh? Timefall's probably taking its toll on your equipment, am I right? Maybe some of your kit's not even usable anymore. Well, don't jump the gun and throw that stuff away just yet. One thing you can do is take your old equipment to a delivery terminal and recycle it. You can then fabricate yourself a shiny new whatever to use instead. Don't know if you're aware, but the whole recycling system is operated by the Strand Foundation. That's right, the president herself set it up as a means to convert busted tools and gear back into usable resources. On the other hand, if your equipment's only halfway to broke but you still want to part ways, You could use a share locker to donate it to another porter whose need is greater than yours. You may well end up gaining a like or two for your generosity, never mind the warm, fuzzy feeling of having helped your fellow man. Of course, the system works both ways, meaning you could snag stuff other porters have put in share lockers too, if you're the one who could do with a helping hand. Anyway, both the recycling system and the share lockers have their uses, and it's up to you to pick which method best suits your needs at any given moment. You've still got a lot to learn, I guess, but you'll have it all figured out in no time. I've got high hopes for you, kid. Nikki sent another email. Cargo quantity and your porter grades. How are your porter grades these days, Sam? I'm sure you're aware that trying to account for all 5 factors is the basic premise, but if you're anything like me, you just want to deliver as much stuff as you can, am I right? If so, you could always just load yourself up with a massive haul and aim for a Bridges bonus for total cargo weight. Nothing wrong with the simple approach. Of course, in the good old days it was easier. Roads were much better back then, so all you had to do was chuck all your stuff in the back of a truck and go for a drive. Can't do that now, though. Even if you've got a truck, they're usually more trouble than they're worth. Hell, sometimes you'll see them just sitting on the side of the road, locked and abandoned. Anyway, on the bright side, since lugging big loads of cargo is so hard these days, folks are really grateful when a porter manages it. Hence the bonuses. Here at the Distro Center, for example, we have to make sure we've got plenty of food and materials in stock, which means we have to make every delivery count. I dread to think what would happen if we ran out of supplies. Well, I've said my piece, and now you know how to make yourself popular around these parts. Stack your cargo high. Excuse me, I'm like feeling kind of phlegmy or something. Okay, we now got some more tips, which I'll just scroll through to get them marked as red so they're not nagging at me in the future. There's a tip for everything. Now let's read some memory chips first. Frame Arms Girls Byakko. Frame Arms Girls was a spin-off of the Frame Arms series of plastic robot figurines from Kotobukiya, in which the robots of Frame Arms were reimagined as human female characters. This particular figurine is the female version of the Byakko model. While reimagining characters in this way may seem particular to Japanese pop culture, in particular the Moe movement, personifications of this kind go all the way back to ancient Greece. The adaptation of the explorer Amerigo Vespucci's name into the name of the country of America can also be seen as a personification of sorts. There, you just learned some history. Even though we always talk about Columbus finding America, America was named after Amerigo Vespucci. But I personally am one to think that it was the Vikings who found America first. North America, to be precise. Alright. The Seven Samurai. A classic work from Akira Kurosawa, who became, alongside Godzilla's Ishiru Honda, one of Japan's most globally acclaimed directors. The movie developed a huge cult following worldwide, and its story was retold in the Hollywood classic, The Magnificent Seven. The image of the villagers hiring the seven samurai in order to protect themselves strikes a chord with many preppers, living as they do without the support of an organized nation-state, and making this a classic, old copies of which are much sought after. So yeah, in the world of Death Stranding, movies like that are in high demand if you can even get your hands on one. God of War original video game soundtrack. God of War was a 2005 action game that made use of the imagery and themes of ancient Greece. Many titles were subsequently released in the series, with the most recent, 2018's God of War, proving to be a true return to form, featuring an all-new story and settings which range from Greece to Scandinavia. Listening to the soundtrack is sure to provide a wind beneath the wings of your imagination, carrying away to the world of the gods for another epic adventure. On a related note, I played God of War, the new one, after, like, at the end of 2018, beginning of 2019, and oh, it was so good. I grew up watching my brother play the original games, and they just, even though they were pretty cool to look at, the gameplay wasn't for me, but the new God of War game was so up my alley. I love all that character and story driven stuff, and the music was amazing. I bought the soundtrack. It was just so good. Alright, we got some interviews to catch up on. So, oh yeah, okay, I'm reading some Twitch comments. Yeah, there seems to be archaeological evidence of the Vikings hitting shores around Minnesota, too. That would make a lot of sense, honestly. Minnesota, with their the Vikings and all that jazz. And also historically, Scandinavian immigrants settled in mostly the Midwest and the Pacific Northwest. I mean, obviously, they came to all corners of the United States, but the farmland of Minnesota and the Midwest and all that spoke to that aspect of their livelihood and culture. And then where I live in Western Washington, a lot of the landscape here reminded Scandinavian immigrants of where they came from. That's why there's such a huge Norwegian and Swedish population in the neighborhood that I live in. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so now we got this interview from Die Hardman from 5 years ago. Humanity's biggest problem? Logistics. War and famine have been inescapable parts of human life since the rise of our species. And while the fall of America hasn't changed this fundamental truth, it's fair to say that these issues aren't pressing concerns. Can you remember the last time you heard of a prepper dying of starvation, much less someone in a not city? No one's fighting over water or oil or anything else, which isn't to say that people don't occasionally run out of supplies. But that's almost never because of a real shortage. It's usually a problem with logistics. In fact, it was to address such problems that the president created bridges and developed the chiral network. So yeah, no one's that desperate. Everybody's got enough for themselves, which is what's led to the real problem. It's all too easy for people to become isolated from one another and eventually forget that others even exist. People are free to live for themselves for the moment without a care for the future. The president understood this better than anyone, and I know just how much it pained her. Alright, got a bunch of interviews from Hartman. He has all the good juicy stuff. Chiral contamination 1, 3 years ago. Chiral contamination is the result of prolonged exposure to chiral radiation, which is emitted by chiralium, a substance discovered at the same time as the beach. Prolonged exposure can significantly impact physical and mental health. The effects are not dissimilar from those observed in individuals exposed to extremely high levels of stress, levels which can be fatal even. Such traumatic experiences can alter hormonal secretions, impair immune response, contribute to heart failure, and induce strokes. The most common symptom of chiral contamination is poor sleep quality due to vivid nightmares. If left unchecked, however, it can quickly progress a more advanced stage in which the aforementioned issues may be observed. The potential impact on an individual's mental health cannot be understated. The resulting hormonal imbalances frequently lead to heightened destructive impulses toward the self and others. Those dominated by such urges are named homodemons, the mad ones. In case of some porters, such as mules, impaired memory and judgment has led them to develop an irrational obsession with their profession, hence the Homo Gestalt moniker. While it should be feasible and preferable for most individuals to avoid chiral contamination at all costs, there are those with a demonstrated resistance who need not be so cautious. I speak, of course, of doom sufferers, and Sam being one of them. Washington is confusing. I always think of Washington, D.C., which is on the complete opposite. Yeah, as someone who was born and raised in Seattle, Washington, that That's always drives me insane. Like, if you're going to say the capital, call it Washington, D.C. If you're going to talk about the state, call it Washington State. Come on, people. One is a city, one is an entire state. Get it right, please. All of us native Washingtonians beseech you. Yeah. And I can see how it can be really confusing to people who live in other countries. Alright, now we follow up with chiral contamination 2. Chiral contamination can be alleviated using similar methods to those used to alleviate stress, increasing oxytocin secretion through contact with other people, administering smart drugs, and so forth. In recent years, however, a hormone dubbed lycocin, known to mitigate the effects of chiral contamination while also restoring basic physical and mental acuity, has attracted a great deal of attention from the scientific community. Unlike oxytocin, lycocin cannot be administered externally. It is secreted within the body, but only in response to external stimuli. It is said to be the hormone principally responsible for the positive feelings that occur when one achieves a goal, enjoys success, receives praise or gratitude, or any form of like from another fellow human being. Lycocin, get it? Oh, wait, one has Bigfoot, yeah. The other has some other disreputable monsters. American politics, am I right? The discovery of beaches and the concept of death. With the discovery of the beach, the fundamental truth of death was upended. I doubt you will find many who would deny this. Alas, we can say little with confidence in any objective or scientific capacity, for our understanding of this new realm remains in its infancy and is ever evolving, much like our understanding of the universe as a whole. Perhaps the closest thing we have to a working explanation of the beach relates to the conception of a multiverse, but I digress. The beach is arguably both a concept and a reality. A discrete beach is influenced by the mind of the associated individual and therefore linked to them irrevocably. This is why we have so energetically pursued the psychological, psychoanalytical, and neuroscientific angles when attempting to create a unified theory of the Death Stranding, the beach, and related phenomena. There was a fad a while back in which subjects underwent counseling in order to learn more about their beaches, and in so doing gain a greater understanding of the nature of death. Doomed sufferers in particular provided excellent opportunities for study. An interesting theoretical question arose during that period. If a person's beach was a product of their consciousness, might animals have beaches as well? A conundrum on the surface perhaps, but one quickly resolved. Only human corpses undergo necrosis and become BTs, which proves somewhat conclusively that only a human can possess a beach. And yet this begs another question. If all that is required is consciousness akin to that of a human, could an AI have a beach? An android? I for one do not believe so. Why? Because the function of our beaches is to connect the worlds of the living and the dead. If an entity was never born, has not truly lived, and will never know death, surely it cannot have a beach. BTs are reaching out to us. 2.4 million years ago, Homo habilis started to craft stone tools. Hands are so very important, don't you think? Our other sensory organs passively interpret data. Our eyes light, our ears sound, our noses smell, our mouths taste, but hands? Hands are different. To touch requires conscious action. To grasp, more so. To connect that which is in our left hand with that which is in our right, still more. And the handprints we see when BTs seek out humans? Why, I'd say that's just evidence of our otherworldly friends yearning to forge a connection. They're reaching out to us, attempting to bridge the gap between realm of the dead and that of the living. Yeah, but in so doing, antimatter comes in contact with matter and boom, void out. So, not the most friendly of connections. Alright, cool. we're all caught up on interviews, so that is good. We can now... Yeah, I'm getting these messages about people using my zip lines, which means that the stuff I made on my previous account must still exist. Okay, let's see, what was I'm gonna make sure, see if... And that goes to the way station. And that's a... I'll grab this since it's so light. Okay, yeah, these are all going to the way station. Alright, let's see what orders for Sam there are. Recovery, confidential documents, and urgent crypto bio delivery, Capital Knot City. I don't know if I would want to be doing that just yet, because it is timed. I have an idea. I will come back for the urgent delivery, and instead I will do the confidential document retrieval, and then come back. It may... So it'll mean that there's
For this retrieval order,
some
you'll
back
be
and
hunting
forth,
down a
but...
book. An old school printed on paper book, the kind that predates the Death Stranding. Even before the world went to shit, most were published in digital formats only. It's rare to find one intact these days. Apparently, this particular book was the work of researchers who may have anticipated the Death Stranding. It was en route to Hartman when it was taken. Mules, according to way station staff, in case you hadn't guessed.
Of course.
The book's no different from any other cargo to them. But to us, it's priceless. Get it back, ASAP.
Alright, I'll just take that and I'll come back for the urgent delivery, because a half hour... I don't know, I just don't want to risk it. Especially when I don't have as much gear and whatnot as I would have. Okay, I got some stuff in my private locker. I can at least start using some of these up. The PCCs.
Order assigned.
Oh wait, actually, hang on. It just occurred to me I should see what's in the standard orders. To Capital Knot and to the way station. I could take that with me at least. And I can grab... Oh, whoops. Sorry, I forgot. I need to just keep accepting. Alright. Come on, Sam. It's only 76 kilograms out of 125. You'll be okay. Oh yeah, and pre-orders for Nendoroid's little Sam figurine are now open. It'll be released in August. So it's one of the little guys, and he comes with a bunch of little packages. There's two versions of the figure. One comes with just a few packages, and the other comes with apparently 21 pieces of cargo. Tiny little cargo. Alright, here's what I was gonna do. Boom. Now get that charged up.
Construction complete.
Okay, I'm not gonna use it. Instead, I'm gonna go store it in the garage so it can be repaired and I can use it later.
Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Alright, let's store it.
Storing vehicle.
It was starting to look a little rusty anyway. But I had to charge it up with the generator in order to even move it at all.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Alright, time to give this lost cargo to the Ludens Fan and get him on the network, hopefully. Resins and metals over there. There's some more Ludens Fan. Lost cargo here.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Character figurines. Well, let's see if I can carry this. I mean, I will be able to, but oi! Almost at cargo weight limit. Now I have to go back through BT territory to make it to the Ludens Fan. Alright, have a good night, Bonfire. Thanks for tuning in. Sleep well.
There we go. Nice. There we go.
No time fall here, meaning no BTs. Interesting. Because whenever I played the game, this area always had rain.
Nice. Nice. God damn it.
Easy there, Sam.
There we go.
So far, it does feel like the game difficulty might also affect how quickly your cargo containers degrade in timefall. Because when I first went through that crazy forest to get to the wind farm, like, it was hairy. Very, very hairy. Alright, let's plop down a ladder. And there, now they picked up some lost cargo, his door is open.
Weapons detected.
Oh yeah, see this? He has the Kojima production logo on it. Whoa!
Too close.
Sam, you got distracted. Oh yeah, and also some of this. See? I'll keep coming. You can actually buy these posters from Kojima Productions store. It's kind of funny. Alright. Here we go.
Delivering cargo.
You the delivery dude? Oh, that's a relief. I've just about given up on you. I don't know how you do it. I really don't. Respect, man. Seriously? Respect.
Ludens Fan has provided the following new hologram data. Nendoroid Jumbo Ludens. I actually have one of those. You have been awarded the title of Expert Handler. More successful deliveries will earn you a greater trust and respect. You have achieved Bridge Link Grade 10. You can now make strand contracts with other players. You can make upgrade cooperation requests in order to ask other players to contribute materials to your structures. The period for which you can send likes has been increased to 5 seconds.
About time I hopped in the whole chiral network bandwagon, am I right? Join the UCA and all that. You can help me do that, yeah?
Ludens Fan has joined the UCA.
Oh, thank you, Sam. Hey, take care out there. Hate for this to be the last time we meet, you know? So, I'm gonna need a moment to look over what you brought me. But I'll hit you back via mail after. Promise. Hey, I'm hoping maybe you can help me out again. Don't want to be weird, but I feel you and I might have like a connection or something.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal.
Alright, let's take a look at what he has. To Capital Knot. To the wind farm. Ugh. And recovery. I'll take that one, and I'll do it on my way back. All right.
Order assigned.
Time to go into that meal
Come
camp.
back soon.
Gotcha.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Oh, this is a little dicey. Just take it slow. And then watch as I just barrel down the hill. Oh, actually this watchtower will be useful to see where I specifically can pick up the retrieval. Alright, the dinosaur models are being held there.
Sam, you can now submit upgrade requests for structures. If there's one you use a lot, you should definitely consider it.
Alright. Okay, so I think that both stolen items are being held in the same place. Don't see me, don't see me. Oh, he saw me. Oh, Jesus Christ. I was trying to... There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Parry. Oh, Jesus, dude. Come on. Oh, didn't want to pick up your ladder. Come at me, bro. Good for now. So that's where I need to go. I'm probably taking the hard way there. Can't really turn back now. Alright, there's a patrolling guy over there. If I can just get to the grass. Alright, cool. I can go take care of this guy first. Oh. Holding my breath so I'm not so noisy. Come on. There you go. Oh, don't punch it. Okay, confidential documents and... Oh yeah, I was gonna grab the dinosaur models on the way back. Because I will need to go back anyway. Oh, put it away. There we go. Alright, yeah, I will return. At least the mules will stay knocked out for a while. Like received from BB. Ooh, there's a big chiral crystal formation there. somebody already built a bridge, so that's nice.
There we go.
I don't trust myself to just drop down a ledge this early in the game. Can I pick it up? Ooh. Yep. I can still pick up a bit more. Oh, that's going to capital knot. I'll leave it.
Thanks for the help. Today's a good day.
What a nicely placed bridge. There you go. Philippe R. Leon's bridge. Okay, can finally take care of this stuff. And then I'll head back to get the Ludens Fan's stolen cargo, and then go back to the distro center, pick up that timed mission for Capital Knot City, and should be all good.
Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Let's deliver the lost cargo first. I'm pretty sure all this goes here, yeah.
Delivering cargo.
Thank you, Sam. Gotta say, you truly are incredible.
New interview data acquired. Likes secrete oxytocin. George Baton has provided data for the following Ludens mask frame color. Rose pink.
All right then. Thanks for everything.
Good work. New order available. Please access.
And now to deliver the requested cargo.
Delivering cargo.
Well, I'll be. We've just about given up on seeing this again. Let's not judge a book by its cover, though, huh? Let me take a closer look.
Because it's literally a book.
Very, very nice. It's exactly like I remember it. Huh, talk about lucky.
Ooh, I almost have 10 cargo condition.
I can't tell you how grateful I am. There are few bona fide treasures left in this world. And you just saved one of them. Thank you.
Good work. New order available. Please access...
Okay, let's see if any of these standard orders add some retrieval.
Sam, double-check the order summary.
Yeah, delivering materials to increase facility stores. Completing delivery materials to a given facility will increase the amount available at that facility for the construction of weapons and equipment and other functions. Yeah. Oh, now here's one to go to the Ludens Fan, so that's perfect. I'll go and take that one right away. Alright. Now we go back through the meal camp, get those dinosaur figurines that the mules stole, and drop all this back off at the Ludens Fan.
Safe travels, Sam. Be careful, okay?
Yeah, sure thing.
I know you won't let
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Alright, at least it'll be a bit easier to walk around because I'm not carrying so much stuff for now. Famous last words in this game. You just want to pick everything up. At least I cleared out that area of the camp, so I do not have to worry at all. I'll still be sleeping. Alright, let's get your stolen dinos. That goes back to where I was. It wasn't there before, so I'll pass on that for now. Alright, let's get back to the Ludens Fan. Now that's a lot of materials, but I don't really need them right now. Oh, now it's gonna rain? Like the game gave me just enough of a respite. And then it'll start raining again. Hey, let me check something. Add some insult to injury on the meals. I'm peeing on your sensor. It's a lot of piss. And BB finds it funny. It's laughing.
Sweet fucking relief.
No kidding. Alright, there you go. And I have a lot of these on hand. I'm gonna build a post box here so then people can deposit any cargo in there so it won't pick up the meal scanner.
Construction complete. Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID.
Alright, I got your
Weapons
stuff.
detected. All weapons will be locked until departure.
Thank you. Kindly.
Alright.
Delivering cargo.
Hey there, Sam. Glad you can make it. Man, this is fucking mint. Would have been satisfied just having it, but you had to go above and beyond.
Awesome. Coyote brown color for the Ludens mask. Provide hologram for Ludens Fan. You have been awarded the title of Elite Handler. The reputation you have built is modest but growing. You have reached cargo condition grade 10. You will now be able to keep your balance more easily. That's good. Whoa, I just ranked up again. Master Handler. Carry on with your work to earn further accolades. Miscellaneous grade 20. You will now receive more likes. Nice.
Always a pleasure, Sam. Shame we only ever seem to meet when you're hauling something across the country for me. Take it easy, okay? I mean, as easy as you can.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery.
Okay, I have some mail to read. Thanks for the Ludens, man. You're the best, Sam. You've brought me something one of a kind, a Ludens figurine signed by none other than the creator himself. Oh, Hideo Kojima, perhaps? Try printing that with a chiral printer. The one you've got is pretty cool, but this is a national treasure. Legend has it that these Ludens figured prominently in one of the creator's games. Pre-stranding humans, Homo sapiens, were obsessed with them, you know. It was through these works they reached the next level and became Homo Ludens. Apparently, what they played weren't games in the usual sense, but since there aren't any around anymore, you might never know what exactly that means. But these Ludens figures, they were symbols of one game in particular, Death Stranding. And I guess you could say that by collecting these figures, I'm playing a game of my own. It's so meta. Our hard work is paying off. Dear Sam, I wonder where you are right now, if it's somewhere powered by our wind farm. If anyone should be benefiting from our work, it's you. Until you brought us into the network, we could only provide power to a small region. Now we can send it to all the big cities and beyond. I'm still not 100% on the details, but basically, transmitting it via the beach means we don't suffer any additional loss due to increased distances, so it can go as far as we need it to. Good thing we kept the faith in the second expedition and kept this place properly maintained. You made our efforts worthwhile. We can't thank you enough. Oh, let's see. I got more tips to go through. Yada, yada, yada. Just a bit of cleaning up. And there's an interview, but I'll read it later. Okay, do you have any orders going? No, you don't. Alright. Back to the distro center.
Always a pleasure, Sam.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Okay, there's some lost cargo around here for the distro center, so I may as well pick that up as I go.
Nice.
I will never understand why people build bridges, like, just over land that's not even that hard to walk over. And even if you build a bridge over BT territory, it's not necessarily gonna help. Somebody added music to the bridge. I just grabbed those destroyed resins so I can recycle them. Yeah, no rain and no BTs here, so smooth sailing. I'm not gonna offload any cargo.
There we go.
Ooh, big one. But I'll take that back with me, because now it should just be a straight shot to Capital Knot. Because we have to go back there anyway for the main story.
Bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified.
Keep on keeping up.
Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
BB looks happy. That's good. Alright, let's go and recycle that destroyed thing of resins. Alright, so I already have more than enough resins at this facility. Oh well. I don't really care at the moment.
Thank you for your continued support. Back, are you? You're trying to put the rest of us to shame. Fine by me. Bye, Sam. Good work. New order available. Please.
Okay, let's see here. Gonna rest in the private room, get my stamina back up and all that.
Good morning, Sam.
Oh, received a bunch more mail. So that's good. But yeah, we just had our little break. I'll keep streaming, but I'm gonna stop recording right now so I have a nice video that is under 2 hours. And I'll pick up the recording again in just a second.